2, 1.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Katie and Lewis, and this is Let's Talk. Thank you for joining our podcast again today. I have with me again my sister, Rebecca Lewis.
Thanks for having me again, Kay.
Awesome. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Well, our second segment, and today I'm so excited about this topic.
Yeah.
Today we're talking about shifting your self-esteem. Well, let's jump right into this because this is such an in-depth topic. Shifting the self-esteem. First off, let's talk about the shift. What is that? What does that look like? Shifting it's a movement from one place to another. But what's important is that this is small increments.
Yep.
A shift is not something you do drastically. It's not a big jump. It's not this thing that's going to happen overnight. It's small increments. It's a shift.
Yep.
You're moving from one place, one state of being to another state of being, one state of mind, one way of thinking to a new enlightened understanding of yourself.
I love that.
Yeah. So, let's talk about the esteem. So the next part of this topic, shifting your self-esteem. Let's talk about their self-esteem a little bit.
Yeah.
We hear so much about this. It affects us on a daily basis. How we, think about ourselves.
Honestly,
our value.
Self-esteem is so important, honestly, because each person, these negative, automatic thoughts, these gnats are constantly just coming at us left and right.
Yeah.
You can just be waking up in the morning, put your makeup on, you're like, yup, I'm that one today. And then these thoughts, these negative thoughts are just coming down like, oh, this isn't right, that's not right, I don't like this about yourself. And it just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Automatic.
Definitely.
And that's something that we battle on a day-to-day.
Yeah, it is definitely a struggle for a lot of people, and I think it's a struggle, it's a lifelong struggle. No matter how high your self-esteem is,
That's right.
no matter how acclimated you are, or the motivated you are, how driven you are, there will be thoughts that come into your mind about yourself.
Yep.
And it's about what you see your value to be as a human being. How do you value yourself? How do you, see yourself?
Mm-hmm.
So the self-esteem, comes on different levels. You have some people with high self-esteem, you have some people with low self-esteem. And I've come to understand that self-esteem, the lower self-esteem is really people that see themselves as less than the average. So you have the average, and then you see people there's those that see themselves as less than the average. And then you have people that really see themselves, they value everything about themselves.
Oh, yeah.
They have this energy when they walk into the room. So, how do you shift that? Let's talk about the good side of, the shift in itself.
Mm-hmm.
Shifting your self-esteem and shifting your mindset about how you see yourself and how you value yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most important part about this for me is setting aside the time frame and allowing myself to become.
Yes.
Allowing myself to become.
You have to allow yourself.
Negative self-esteem, I would say, stems from the beginning. When we look externally for love, we look externally for validation, from our family and our friends and our school and coworkers and whatever. But we haven't settled within ourselves internally yet. We're inside. We're not settled within ourselves. We're not allowing ourselves to become.
Mm-hmm.
We're not allowing ourselves to go on this journey called life. We're constantly beating ourselves up. We are our own worst critics.
That is 100% true.
I mean, beauty is definitely in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
And when you wake up in the morning and you don't love yourself, you don't love what you see, and then you can go outside and someone can walk and see you and just fall in love with the way you look. Like, wow, you look great today. And you're like, oh, I don't really think so, but okay, thank you. You take it. But in your mind, you have criticized yourself or you have devalued yourself. So you've lowered that self-esteem.
Yeah.
So first off, how do you raise it? How do you shift that? You have to allow yourself the process of becoming. Allow yourself time frames where you can work on the inner you. What makes you happy?
Yeah.
What makes you feel valued?
Yes.
What makes you feel valued?
Well, me, I guess.
Yeah, sure. You can share something about, you know, yourself that makes you feel valued, that you're working on this journey.
What makes me feel valued? Well, I feel like a great technique that even I have done is just writing down those thoughts maybe that come to your mind just randomly. Like, you know what? This is what I don't like. Or even if you don't remember in the moment, just think about those things that you don't like about yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror. Literally, take a good at yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and think to yourself about those things you've written down and speak positivity to yourself.
Yes, that is so excellent. That is actually another point. Not only just allowing yourself to be calm, but you have to speak those things into existence.
Yes.
I personally believe that's why self-affirmations work, and that's why even your religion and your faith works.
Yeah.
Because it teaches you to use positive words. I heard about a study at one time that there were two plants. Person spoke good words to the plant, and they spoke, played nice music for the plant, and the plant grew and it flourished, and it was a living organism that flourished. And then you have another plant that there was negative words spoken to the plant, and the same plant died and withered away. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Words are that powerful. That powerful. And if we don't understand that, because it's so simple, I think that has to be it. It's so simple that we miss it. We think it's too easy, so what's the point? It's not gonna work. No, literally, you can look yourself.
Changing those negative thoughts into positive thoughts. Positive words.
Every time a negative thought comes into your mind, I want you to focus and redirect that thought. Redirect that thought and give it a positive spin. So if you say, I don't like the way I look today, find one thing about yourself that you look in the mirror and you do like, and gravitate to that. Hold on to it. My hair might not be what I want it to be today, but I have beautiful eyes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to fixate on my eyes today. I'm going to accentuate my eyes today, and put some makeup on, or wear my glasses, or just do my eyebrows. Something that's going to help me focus on the good. Focus on the positive. That the thing that's in me that I value. The thing that's about me that I value. The thing that makes me a little bit more happier than I was just a moment ago.
That's right. That's so beautiful.
Definitely. So it's the positive words. Put a spin on those negative thoughts. Those gnats that come to bombard us and, take over our moment of joy.
Yeah.
Anything externally, internally, anything that's negative that tries to come and take your joy and your peace and devalue how you feel about yourself, put a spin on it.
That's right. Even if you're feeling down or sad, or put on your favorite song.
Yeah.
Blast it.
Definitely.
Jam. Even if by yourself, get a partner. Definitely.
There are ways to
build
increase,
that.
to boost your feel, those negative feelings. Certain kind of music can shift you.
Yeah.
Writing can shift you.
Yes.
Drawing, art can shift you. So you have to go internally and find out what you value, what makes you happy, what shifts you from a negative, shifting you back into a positive mode. Yeah, definitely. So let's take a moment to acknowledge our sponsors today. We want to thank KOJ Productions for giving us the opportunity to broadcast this podcast for you today. Thank you, KOJ.
Thank you.
Wonderful.